Everybody's talking about the Hells Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado to chase off the Venezuelan group that went in armed and were kicking people out of their homes. I'm a person, if you don't know, has dealt with both sides in different situations, hostile and positive, wearing a 1% diamond patch myself. So we're going to talk some inside baseball. Let's get into it. Shout to everybody out there. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening. The Hells Angels are not going to save people that are not club members. Unless it was something on the spot, like something happened right in front of them, a child was getting harmed or a woman or something like that, and they're going to step in to help them. But never were they going to gather up and ride to a certain state to fix a problem that the police have washed their hands of. They and all outlaws view themselves as functioning outside of the law. Not just saying that you're a straight up criminal, but just that you live outside of the law of the land. You live by the bylaws of your club. This goes for all 1% outlaw motorcycle clubs. Now, the internet is such a powerful tool, both positive and negative. All of these people online, 4 clicks, did the same thing a couple years ago when Antifa took over Portland and Seattle. There was video after video after video. They were saying that the Hells Angels are coming to save the day. Some were saying that the Hells Angels actually went over there and pulled them out of there. That Antifa was cleared out of that area. Did it ever happen? No. The truth is, President Trump or the Hells Angels are not going to save you. Only you can save you. Stop waiting for heroes to show up, because Batman is not coming. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But seriously, there have been a lot of dark nights in this country because of cowardice. People waiting for God. Oh, I'll just put it in God's hands. And he's just looking at you like, I gave you the power and this is what you do with it? You're waiting for me? You'll be waiting a long time thinking like that. You're just gonna lay there on your ass and not do shit but complain while everything else around you goes up in flames. Share this with a family member that you know needs to wake up. I even saw a short clip where a person said the Mongols and the Outlaws are coming to assist the Hells Angels. If you know anything about MC culture, the Mongols and the Hells Angels are bitter rivals. That is not gonna happen. Oh yeah, the Mongols and the Outlaws are rivals too. It would be a great story to hear, don't get me wrong. People are waking up every day, and I hear from club members from some of these clubs. I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I'm hearing from a lot of members that they want me to continue to speak up because it's starting to reach people. So I'm going to continue to do that. They are of the opinion that I'm speaking to an audience that no one is speaking to, so I'm all in. We need to organize and come together. Stop waiting for President Trump or the Hells Angels to save you. Thousands of you live in the same town or state. If people who lived back in the day saw how timid and soft people are today, they would not believe it. Gather up people from your neighborhood and clean up your own mess. The Hells Angels rolling into your town would be an awesome story, but you gotta remember, even if they wanted to, these foreign groups, they come to this country, they get everything handed to them. In New York, they kick veterans out of hotels to house them. Where are all the military people currently serving? Why are y'all not standing together saying we will not pick up one single firearm until you put our brothers back in their beds, back where they live? Why is that not happening? Where is everybody's backbones? Where is the resistance to anything? Does anyone have any fight left in them anymore? Are you just totally dominated and defeated? Even if the Hells Angels pull up 1,000 deep to fix that issue, an issue that I add would be fixed in a day if it was allowed to happen. As soon as they hit that Colorado border, all of a sudden, law enforcement is going to get really good at doing their job. That's why I don't like when they mix America First with Back to Blue. It's a conflict of interest. If the police are told by the higher ups to oppress you, they will. They're just going to tell you, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. The pandemic, they would tell people they had to leave their businesses and not put food on the table for their kids. That's who you want to back? I'm good on that one. But they're doing their job. That's what they're going to say. I'm just doing my job. It's a conflict of interest. But if the Hells Angels rolled in 1,000 deep, law enforcement would be right there to turn them around. How much do you want to bet? It's almost like they get a message from up top saying, don't help the people that got kicked out of their homes at gunpoint. In this Hells Angels situation, you have to be very careful with sources. People see 81, which is the 8th and the first letter of the alphabet, standing for HA, Hells Angels. But what you have to understand about 81 is that they have support clubs and support. The support system is even bigger than the club. They have supports that that outnumber the actual club membership. And they have people that buy the t-shirts and the merch and consider themselves 81. So to a person from the outside looking in, it appears like you're getting a message from an actual club member of the Hells Angels. But 9 times out of 10, it's someone who bought a support shirt from Sturgis or Myrtle Bike Week at a Hells Angels booth. 9 times out of 10, it is a groupie. These are not actual members. And they wear this stuff to trick people that don't know about MC culture. These Venezuelans are the exact people President Trump has been talking about coming across the border for so many years now. Do you believe him now? Our country is being infiltrated and a lot of people are waiting for a savior. The truth is, it's time for all of us to do our part. Our kids will live horrible lives when we're not around, and you know whose fault it's gonna be? Ours, because of cowardice. Straight up cowardice. The people in power right now have left the country wide open. Meanwhile, they're funding weapons against a superpower. Try to waltz into one of these countries and see if they just let you illegally with no passport or nothing, give you some food stamps and a place to stay. Only in America, because our government has been infiltrated. Think about it. We have no military at our borders, but we have military in countries you've never heard of before. Make that make sense. If I was a president, I would put the military at all of our borders on day one. Problem fixed. Drug flow fixed. Trafficking fixed. This is ABC 123. Let me know in the comments if there's anyone who disagrees that they would rather have our troops here home guarding our borders. I don't think any American would be opposed to that. They could work shifts and still see their families. I love President Trump, but DeSantis brought this concept up, and I 1000% agree with it. There's no reason at all why there's no military at our border. A wall is great. Let's call it what it is, though. It's a fence, which is a joke. The greatest empire of all time, and we can't build a wall. Remember castles? Yeah, they would create castles to protect their people back in the days. They didn't make a big fence. It's almost insulting the things that they want us to believe. They really think people are this stupid? I don't know, maybe they're right. Instead of burying your head in your phone today, say hi to the people that you walk by in your neighborhood. They may be your only line of defense one day, and you want to know their name and actually know what they're capable of. And to the people feeding false hope just to get clicks on your video, understand there are women, children who feel unsafe, no husband to protect them. And when they hear a message like the Hells Angels are coming to town and they're gonna fix the whole thing, it gives them false hope. Think about that when your untalented ass needs to come up with some stuff like this to get a click. Stick to celebrity gossip. And I'm not saying the people who are genuinely asking, I'm saying the person who started this whole snowball effect, that came up with this bright idea to make up this story. We got enough fake news with the mainstream government media. This is the only avenue we have to share our ideas and information. To my people that feel hopeless, the great awakening is here. I remember when I was locked up, an OG, Mr. B, he was doing like 30 years. He was in the Attica riots, a whole bunch of shit. I was only doing a 2 flat. And one day I was down, depressed, and he told me it gets greater later. That is my favorite saying of all time because it's the truth. It gets greater later. No one can save you but you. Not President Trump, not the Hells Angels, you, me, all of us together. We greatly outnumber the enemy. All you have to do is wake up. The storm is here. No, yeah, we ghosting, baby.